That can't be right. Really?
It is right. Hello,
Oh,
everyone. How are y'all doing? Welcome back to Studs or Duds once again. And
ah,
why did you do four? Yeah. Okay. All
I
right.
don't know. Just go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So we had some interesting stuff happen this weekend. We had some people do pretty good. We had some people do awful. We had some people who are probably going to be suspended, so you don't need to play them in the next couple weeks. All kinds of stuff. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just like to say right off the bat, I was right about Deion Jackson. So yeah. You're not ever
Okay.
gonna have to play him again though, because Jonathan Taylor's coming back next week.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
It was a short-lived, but you were correct.
yeah. Deion Jackson, 13 points, solid.
Solid.
Yeah.
And since we're starting in the running back department, shout out to Alvin Kamara for finally showing up this year.
Finally.
Shout out to Damian Pierce again,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and shout out to Josh Jacobs last night.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I want to give a shout out to my boy Brees Hall
yeah.
for finally taking over that starting spot in New York.
I do not want to give a shout out to Rashad Penny. I do want to wish him a very safe and healthy recovery, but we are going to be shouting out Kenneth Walker.
Pick him up.
But you should also probably pick up DJ Dallas just in case, because they said he
Correct.
will definitely be splitting snaps with him.
Correct.
Yep.
Not really necessarily requiring a shout out, but like something worth noting. ETN kind of looked okay this week.
Yeah.
He looked okay. Hey Nick, I was with you. I've been riding that train.
I think I don't want to say it's going to be like the New York situation where he fully takes over. I'm kind of scared with it. I kind of feel like they're going to be lost on who, and it's going to be way worse than the Green Bay situation where they don't know how to use either of them.
Sure.
Because they kind of forgot how to use both of them in the last game. But, I mean, Etienne got his points, thankfully.
Yeah.
The one I do want to say for is, I mean, Brian Robinson came back, actually played. Congrats to him. If you have Antonio Gibson, do you think you try to grenade him off to somebody?
I told you I would trade him 3 weeks ago.
I mean, Ron Rivera said he's going to probably be used for kickoffs.
Yeah. I'm currently trying to grenade off Chase Edmonds and Ezekiel Elliott.
So,
I had a drop Chase.
are you guys trying to trade Leonard Fournette right now, or are you trying to pick him up?
If I could get him for not too much, I'd be happy with it.
But if you can include him for a package for like, I don't know, Henry or Eckler or someone along those lines, you're doing that?
Eckler, yes. Henry, no.
Sure. I mean, I know his name doesn't carry as much value with you per se, but to people who don't have an RB1 besides Leonard Fournette out there, Derrick Henry's still a safe play. So
Yeah.
I think for sure, I think Fournette's in that Kamara situation where this is the best time to trade them if you're going to trade them. And
I think if you're going to trade them, do it now. But if you don't trade them, you'll be just as happy by the end of the season.
Probably. I agree with that. Couple other noteworthy names rather. Jeff Wilson Jr. finally popped off in San Fran. Ramondre Stevenson looks like he's taken over that backfield in New England. And then Raheem Mostert, like you said, kind of doing his thing.
Yep. Yeah. Wide receivers.
David Montgomery. Real quick,
Oh.
David Montgomery.
I say trade him if you can.
I'll keep it.
That's where I'm at.
Shut up. I'm keeping
it. Wide receivers, you're not going to need to play Devontae Adams for a little bit because he's definitely going to be suspended when he gets back from bye. Yeah, he threw that photographer. That's probably going to be a thing.
Threw is an exaggeration.
He threw him into the second row of the.
Of all the people here, I'm the one that should hate on Devontae the most.
You should be able to control your emotions after a big loss that was a part of your fault, and you should have zero emotions coming out of that. No, I'm just kidding.
He threw that fool as far as Alvarez hit that ball today.
You bugging. Also, second off, if that He does have a Hall of Fame quarterback, so you shouldn't be losing. I'm just gonna say that. But he does need to control his emotions better.
I do
still
feel
number 4.
The cameraman should have walked around him, but whatever.
Or don't walk in front of players that are walking to the locker room in the first place. But
yeah, I mean, do you think Keenan Allen finally plays a damn game since week 1?
Man, you better hope so. And if he blows up, I don't know if I'm hanging on to him afterwards.
If I'm using him as trade bait right when he blows up.
Yeah. I think Mike Evans is still a safe play. I'm not trying to get rid of him at the moment. Stephon Diggs, obviously safe. Gabriel Davis, yeah.
The man.
Yep.
Quick note, because this is week 5. This might be the time if you're thinking about moving him, move Hollywood Brown. Had a great week. DeAndre's coming back. This might be the time to grenade him and move up if you possibly can.
Yeah. Another name I have for a grenade, I told Caleb all day today, Curtis Samuel. I feel the way that the team is going, Ron Rivera talking about Carson Wentz being, quote unquote, making his mistakes. I think he had his peak, and now you've kind of seen it digress a bit because Carson Wentz is doing Carson Wentz shit every week. I think you can get a lot more for him than he's going to give you value in later on. I would go trade him for a Devin Duvernay or something. Somebody that is an equal value, but will probably give you a little more upside.
Yeah, or package them together. Find somebody that you can move for. A lot of the old heads, no offense to people that are over the age of 50 that play fantasy football, but a lot of those guys look at statistics to help them win. So far through the year, Curtis Samuel ranks pretty high as far as wide receiver go. Yeah. Package him with a running back, move up, get yourself something nice.
I'm giving it one more week before I consider trading Michael Pittman Jr.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm giving it one more week. He has a good game. I'll keep him. If not, I'm going to look elsewhere.
Shout out to a guy that I threw his name out there at the beginning of the year, but it wasn't one of the people I believed in every single week. Tyler Lockett, man. I don't know what the hell got into Geno Smith, but him and Lockett are a duo.
Also, him and DK Metcalf.
Yeah, I mean DK's starting to show up too, which is kind of scary. But also shows maybe Russ was the problem in Seattle.
Yeah, because 2 years ago, both of those guys were eating, but it was one game one did, next game the other one did. And last year it was kind of the same, but they both sucked. This year, Geno's kind of learned how to make both of them work at the same time.
He's spreading the ball out, which is the best thing you can do as a quarterback. You don't just favor one option every single game. So shout out to Geno for making Tyler Lockett, who was a round 14 grab in most leagues, into a top 30 wide receiver.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
Randall Cobb, how do you guys feel about him?
I'm not going out of my way to get him.
I feel there's other players out there that I would rather have than him.
Yeah.
For sure.
If I'm in the bye week blues and he's there, maybe solid option, I guess. But
I mean, 17 last week and then 13 the week before. He's starting to produce solid numbers. And if Rodgers keeps trusting him, then I could see him doing some potential things. But a couple of the noteworthy names: Jacoby Myers, 24. Just looking through the list here, Devontae Smith showed up again with 19. Marvin Jones down in Jacksonville with another 17-point performance.
A flex for me right now is Alex Pierce from the Colts. Mm-hmm. He looks like he's finding a way to make moves, and especially in the little cut routes and everything. I think he's going to be nice. I think that actually helps Pittman and Jonathan Taylor out a little bit more with him out there.
Yeah.
The one last name that I would say, and this might supposed to belong in the pickup episode, but I'm just going to throw it out here. If you can get Josh Reynolds, do it. Dude has been producing the last 4 weeks, 12, 16, 21, 16. He's Jared Goff's seems to be his third favorite target. And if they're going to be passing the ball and Jared Goff's going to continue to score as they have been, then he might be the pickup of the week.
Yeah, that's a solid option. Yeah.
All right. Tight ends.
Yeah, tight ends.
Oh, I don't even want to get into this.
Travis
is it-
Kelce, insane.
Yeah, Travis Kelce,
4 touchdowns last night for
And he still
25 yards.
and he still wasn't the number 1 ranked tight end somehow. Just so
Because
we're
he only
clear.
had 25 yards or something.
That's fine, but Taysom Hill is the most intriguing tight end play I've seen in forever.
I hate him so much.
I don't like it. As somebody who's like diehard OG, like you have like specific positions you can only play at. For Taysom Hill to be listed as a tight end is almost like a slap in the face because he can be played as like a quarterback too, almost.
Well, I mean,
Especially-
he was a quarterback last year.
I know he was, but the fact that he's listed as a tight end, like I don't think he should be able to be listed as a tight end and a quarterback. That's just me.
Yeah,
No, not at all.
it's really whack, honestly.
It is. It's a broken fantasy option. If you can get him, get him. If you can trade him while the value's hot, do it.
Yeah,
But
ridiculous.
no other real surprises other than I don't know, maybe my boy David and Joe could continue to be that guy, but we
I
don't
throw
like
out
to
my
talk.
names, who I'm always talking about. I saw a lot of people drop Tyler Conklin after his big fat 0 game. His first 0 game, I dropped him too, but
Nick's dropped him 3 times this year.
yes. And the only reason why is I took it with a grain of salt. The running backs got like 3 to 4 touchdowns last week. And Zach Wilson looks like he doesn't know what he's doing out there. So I don't mind if you drop him for like a Hunter Hurts or an Evan Ingram person. I think those are 2 people that are still out there. My other one though, I will not give up on my boy Logan Thomas if he gets traded from that damn Commanders team. And that's
Yeah.
all I have to say on tight ends. I hate it.
Yeah, I know. Hawkinson had a bad game, but he'll bounce back. He always does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always been
George
kind of an
Kittle?
inconsistent play. George Kittle, man, I'm ready to drop him in so many leagues. Like I had so much faith in George Kittle pre-year.
You can still trade him though. He still has a lot of trade value name wise, and you know it.
I know it. But like in the leagues where I got competitive people, I'm not
Yeah.
dealing up with like 50-year-old men on Yahoo.
Yeah.
That then or like some 17-year-old 49ers fan, then like I have to drop. He has no value otherwise.
It's like me trying to trade Cam Akers.
Yeah. It's like today. I was sending out trades with Jonathan Taylor involved to see what I could possibly bite on, and that's not me wanting to get rid of Jonathan Taylor. It's just me saying, hey, I don't know if I can continue to lose for the next few weeks when I have to make the top 6 in leagues to make playoffs.
Right.
So I have to try and do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's going to obviously come back and start balling in the next couple of weeks. But at the moment, I don't know that I can sit and wait around.
Right. Exactly.
And if I have him, I can't put him on the bench.
So what's the value of Jonathan Taylor right now? Because that's an intriguing conversation.
Jonathan Taylor's value right now is
Like, would you take CEH and Mike Thomas for Jonathan Taylor?
no, not that I know of.
Okay.
CEH is kind of hit or miss at the moment still because the man named Travis Kelce is on his team.
Sure.
Travis Kelce is going to vulture all the touchdowns there are clearly and, all kinds of stuff. But I don't know. I feel like I could probably get, like a Amon Ra or, somebody.
Okay.
Somebody big.
For
Even
me,
if it's just a straight up trade.
man, for me, I don't hold him that valuable. He's with a quarterback that's aged too far past his prime. Pittman's not doing well. Burks is barely coming out. The O-line looks the 1 week like they can do something, and the next week they can't. I feel like the name holds the value, but the plays of what I've gotten holds no value. So I feel the risk and reward is more on whoever's getting him.
Yeah.
Like if I have 3 running backs, yeah, I'll take a chance on him. But
Yeah.
if I ain't got 3 running backs, I honestly would probably take a hurt Montgomery or a hurt freaking. There's a lot of running backs I'd probably take over him right now just because of the inconsistency that he's done.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
this past week, I benched Najee Harris, which some people probably would even ask why, because it's Najee Harris. You drafted him really high, you have to start him, but I just knew he wasn't going to do that great, and I was right.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
it's a lot going in this year. Quarterbacks, Josh Allen, amazing.
Geno Smith,
Yeah.
baller.
Gino.
Teddy Bridgewater, not that great.
Nope. Nobody. I mean, Carson Wentz kind of bounced back to like the previous form he was showing beforehand, but I still don't know if like I trust him enough.
Yeah.
Garoppolo showed a great week. I mean, everybody that is supposed to have a great week had a great week. Sans Matthew Stafford and Russell Wilson, and honestly Jared Goff too. But other than that, I mean, a pretty normal week of fantasy football. Honestly, this might be the first normal week of fantasy football, if I had to say, aside from Taysom Hill doing what he did. Yeah.
It's again, like I always say, it's a really weird season.
Right now, I would say is the best time to start trading while people need players for bye weeks coming in.
Yeah.
It's time to sell.
It is 100% time to sell. Well, boys, y'all got anything else? Otherwise, if y'all made it to this point of the video, make sure you hit like, comment, subscribe down below. Costs you guys nothing, does a ton for us. Drop your studs and duds for week 5 of the season down below, and then we will see you guys Sunday morning at 8 a.m. As always, for the Waiver Wire Fiends. Till then, deuces.
Later.